Hey everybody, how's it going? It's kind of a cold, blustery day here in Lawrence, Kansas, but the show must go on. So I'm going to show you this 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. So I've got this vehicle from Car City Wholesale over in Shawnee, Kansas. Those guys have been awesome to work with. They've always got some pretty exciting inventory, not withholding this vehicle. So let me tell you a little bit about it. So obviously this is based on the Jeep Grand Cherokee platform, but what Jeep did is shoved a 6.4 liter Hemi V8 in the under the hood. This thing's going to make 475 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, and it's a riot. It's an animal. So just kind of walk you around it. Starting out front, you know, I really like the LED running lights, LED turn signals. This thing's got a ton of airflow going into the front to suck fresh air through into that engine bay. You know, an engine with that kind of power needs quite a bit of airflow, and it's taking it all in right up front. There's also these massive hood scoops, which is shoving hot air back out of the vehicle to keep that engine breathing. So very cool. You've got these carbon black 20-inch, they call them spider monkey wheels, with bright red Brembo brake calipers. Man, this thing, these tires, these Pirelli P0s really stick, and the brakes are very effective. The suspension is sport tuned, so this isn't one that you'd want to go trail riding in necessarily. This one's actually more suited for the track, if you can believe that or not. You can tell coming around the back how aggressive the body lines are. The rear air diffuser here in the back is blacked out, which I think looks nice, complementing the white body color. All of the badges are blackened out as well. Looks really, really sharp. Coming back around to the other side, you can see it's just a really nice looking vehicle. Very, very aggressive looking. Sits nice and low, like it's ready to bite. So yeah, so that's the 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. I'll show you around the inside, and then we'll take you for a little spin. Inside you've got nice carbon fiber and aluminum accents, faux suede seat inserts, plus the SRT stitching in the back of the seats. Overall, it's a pretty nice place to be. Got a digital gauge cluster here with some analog gauges as well. It's yeah, it's a nice vehicle. So I'm gonna hop in it, warm up a little bit, and then we'll take you for a little spin. Let's start it up, see how it sounds. Here's a little hint. It sounds amazing. We'll take you for a little drive. You can hear that big V8 purring. Hopefully you can hear it. Sorry, I've got the heat going a little bit. It is cold in Lawrence, Kansas. Today it is 18 degrees, and yeah, yesterday it was 71. Right now it's spitting snow. It's been snowing all day, but you know, take what you can get in Kansas these days. Spring and winter are battling for control, but yeah, so you know, the Jeep is it's comfortable. Its seats are, you know, nicely well bolstered and supportive, comfortable. You know, like I said, walking around it, this thing's more suited probably for the track or at least the streets than it is the trails, and Jeep admits that. This thing, you know, its suspension has been tuned for sportiness. It is super firm. I mean, super firm. There's not a lot of cush in this thing. It sits flat. Not a lot of body roll, which is surprising for a Jeep. But you know, I'm sitting here on a heated seat with a heated steering wheel. It's very comfortable. I don't really have any complaints. It is loud though. I don't mean wind noise loud. I mean, that engine note, it is loud. That's what you hear in the background the whole time that you're driving this thing. And if you really goose it, it sounds like a NASCAR engine. It is quite shocking. You know, Jeep claims, I think 4.8, 0 to 60. Car and Driver got 4.4. So it's a pretty serious car. I'm gonna launch it here in a few minutes, and I haven't launched it yet. I've gotten on it. I've driven it the last day and a half, and you know, I've driven it pretty hard, but I haven't launched it. It does have a launch mode. It also has a track mode. Again, this is a Jeep we're talking about, but you can hear it. You can hear it, I'm sure, through the speakers. It is quite a car. It's not something that you expect from Jeep. You know, you really think of a Jeep to be ready for anything. This does have full-time all-wheel drive, so it's going to get around the snow pretty good. But kind of like that 392 Wrangler that I reviewed. Of course, before I got the GoPro, before I had the YouTube channel, man, it really complicates in your brain what a Jeep is and what a Jeep should be when you stick that big, powerful Hemi V8 under the hood. It really changes the whole dynamics of what a Jeep is. And you know, I like this car. You know, I feel kind of fortunate in the last, you know, month or two. I've reviewed BMW X5M Competition. I've reviewed Audi SQ8, and now this. So those are three, you know, nice, luxurious SUVs where the manufacturers shoved a V8 in it. This vehicle isn't actually at the top of the food chain. You can get a Trackhawk Wrangler with the Hellcat Hemi V8, and that thing's pushing 707 horsepower. So yeah, talk about crazy. I mean, this car seems like it's got enough. I can't imagine what that car must feel like. That vehicle would be supercharged as well, so quite a riot. But yeah, all in all, I like it. It's a good car. I'm going to get down here and find a little bit of open road and engage launch mode, and we'll see what's what. Alright, let's launch the Grand Cherokee SRT. Here we go. Putting in launch control. It's telling me to apply brake pressure. Full throttle. Oh, it definitely broke traction. Definitely broke traction. Let's try one more time. I'm going to put it in track mode this time. Here we go. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. This thing's all-wheel drive, and it is definitely looking for traction. It's kind of bouncing around, and granted, this is, man, this you know, we've had snow, so there's probably a little bit of sand and salt on the road, but wow, this thing hauls ass. That's I guess it's about what I expected, to be honest with you. It doesn't quite feel as refined as it did in the SQ8. Man, when I launched that thing, it was just like, you know, I kept forgetting I was in an SUV. I felt like I was in a sports car, but this car, I feel like I'm in a fast SUV. You know, I feel like I'm sitting up a little higher, and this thing, you know, you can feel it when you're launching. I'll do it again here in a minute, but it kind of sits down and then is searching for that traction to take off. But yeah, it's a riot. It does sound like a monster's trying to break out from under the hood when you're really leaning into it. I hope that's coming through. But yeah, it's a pretty exciting mid 4-second run to 60. I can tell you that. All right, guys, I'm gonna launch it one more time. This way you can maybe see my expression and see what it's like from this perspective. So come to a stop, put it in launch mode, applying brake pressure. Canceled that time. Let's see what's wrong here. We go. I don't know if I'm getting the greatest launches because of the sand and salt on the road, but you know, I hope you can hear, man. This thing sounds so good. I can't really get over it. It's probably a little loud for some of my neighbors, but sorry about that. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out the channel. If you're not following me on social media, check me out. Car Talk with Zach on Facebook, Car Talk with Zach on Instagram. Visit me, www.cartalkwithzach.com. Zach is always spelled with just Z-A-K. And yeah, if you're checking the YouTube channel out, be sure to click subscribe. I do appreciate it, and as always, appreciate the time you spend with me. So until next time, thanks for tuning in.